Hello, friends. Do you love to travel and learn about new places and things? Great! Then you are in the right place. Join Jasmine the cat and Gracie the tortoise as they have fun exploring the USA, the world, and beyond.
Hello, friends! It's Jasmine, the jazzy gray cat, here with my bestie Gracie, the super smart tortoise. Say hi, Gracie.
Greetings, my good friends. Gracie here. I'm so glad you joined us today as we begin our exploration of Iceland.
I'm not sure I want to visit a place called Iceland. Won't the whole place just be one big piece of ice?
With a name like Iceland, you would think so. Iceland is an island in northern Europe that's located in the Atlantic Ocean, very near the Arctic Circle. And while Iceland does have its share of glaciers, it's not just one big chunk of ice. There are stories about how Iceland got its name. Would you like to hear one?
Absolutely. You know how I love a good story. I do know that Iceland was first discovered by Vikings, those fierce explorers from Norway, Denmark, and Sweden.
That's right. The most popular story about Iceland's name is this one. The Vikings called it Iceland, hoping that the pirates would go to the nearby island of Greenland instead, thinking that Iceland was full of ice and Greenland was full of green pastures, when actually it's quite the opposite.
Oh, Gracie, that is a funny story. Iceland's nickname is Fire and Ice because the island was formed from a volcanic eruption a long, long time ago, and it still has volcanoes and icy glaciers. The island is flat with mountains, ice fields, and fjords. I remember we learned that fjords are deep inlets in the coast that were carved by the glaciers.
Yes, Iceland is a breathtakingly beautiful country. And the country does have about 200 volcanoes. Here's a very interesting fact. Because Iceland is volcanic, almost all their electricity and heating comes from hydroelectric power and geothermal water reserves. This makes the country very eco-friendly.
Wow, that's really great. And you know what? The flag is super pretty too. It has a red cross with white around it on a blue background. The colors are from the island. Red is for the island's volcanic fires. White is for the snow and ice fields on the island, and blue is for the surrounding ocean. Isn't that a nice way to describe your island?
Yes, it is. Now, while we're here, we will hear several different languages. First is Icelandic, which is similar to Norwegian, along with Danish and English. The Icelandic alphabet is an alphabet with 32 letters. They use the Latin alphabet, which is similar to the English alphabet, but has a few extra letters. The capital city and place where most people live is Reykjavik.
Reykjavik? That's a tricky word to say. Practice it with me, friends. Reykjavik. Good job. It's fun to say it when you know how. And get this, Gracie. Most Icelanders don't have a last name. Instead, they take on their father's name. So, if the father is called Jacob, the daughter is given a first name, for example, Jasmine, and then the father's name is added, with the ending Dottish. So we would call her Jasmine Jakobsdottir. For sons, they just add son. So they would call a boy named Matthew, Matthew Jacobson. Pretty neat.
Yes, it is. For my famous people, I am going to choose the explorer Leif Erikson, also known as Leif the Lucky. He is the first European explorer in North America, and his father, Eric the Red, who founded the first Norse settlement on Greenland.
Well, they are pretty important since they found the islands. Now, all about the animals. When the first people landed here, foxes were the only animals here. Of course, the people brought animals with them, like farm animals and reindeer. We are going to see lots of sheep, and also those cute seabirds puffins with their large orange beaks. I'm going to be on the lookout for Icelandic horses, also called Icelandic ponies. They are so tough that they can stay out in the fields during wintertime. I think they would be fun to ride. But enough facts. It's time to explore.
I agree. Let's start here in Reykjavik.
Gracie, I see a rainbow on the ground. Let's follow it, just like the yellow brick road.
That will be fun, so let's go. The street was painted like a rainbow for a festival, and it was so much fun that it stayed. It will lead us to our first stop, Hallgrímskirkja, one of the tallest buildings in Iceland at about 243 feet.
Gracie, that building looks like a rocket ship about to take off. And look at that cool building up on the hill. It has a glass dome for a roof. We need to check it out.
Excellent choice. That's the Perlan Museum. We can explore many of the natural wonders of Iceland right there.
Gracie, follow me. I am walking through an ice tunnel. It's made from real snow from the mountains. Brrr, it's cold in here.
That was spectacular, but now I'm cold too. Let's warm up in the planetarium. It's located inside one of the 6 water tanks using geothermic hot water to keep us warm here.
Super choice, Gracie. Since the show is all about the aurora borealis, or the northern lights, we get to see them, even though we're here in the summer. Aren't the colors gorgeous? The reds, the blues, the greens. And it's so cool that they're made by the sun's solar winds.
These lovely arcs of color in the sky were named after the Roman goddess of the dawn, Aurora.
Cool fact! Quick, over here! This huge rock cliff is home to those cute puffin birds. Wow! Try these binoculars on. They make it look like the birds are flying. You try it.
Technology sure makes learning fun. This museum was a good way to see Iceland.
Before we do something else, I need a snack. What kinds of good food do they have to eat here?
How about some pilsner? Or a bowl of Icelandic skyr? Or perhaps you would like some karkuri?
Gracie, what are all those foods?
Well, pilsner are hot dogs, a very popular food here. And skyr is like a thick and creamy yogurt.
Both of those sound yummy. But what about karkuri?
That, my friend, is fermented shark.
Fermented shark? Is that what you said? Did I hear you right?
Yes, you heard correctly. You see, because sharks pee through their skin, their meat is poisonous when it's fresh. So in order to be able to eat it, you must dig a hole, bury the shark, and then cover it with sand and stones. Then you need to wait for 3 months, then dig up the meat and let it dry for another 6 months.
That sounds like a lot of work. Does it taste good?
Well, I think I'll let you decide. After all that time, the shark is safe to eat, but it's like an ammonia-smelling, spongy sort of tofu. Would you like to try a bite?
No, thank you. I will stick with hot dogs and yogurt. So much yummier.
I agree. Jasmine, why don't we see the rest of Iceland from above in a helicopter ride?
Super fantastic idea! Put on your headphones, Gracie. The copter is loud. Look down there. I see glaciers. Did you know that a glacier can be 280 feet thick? Now you do. Ooh, over there is the Gullfoss, or the Golden Waterfall. And look at the geysers shooting up over there. I just love this bird's eye view.
Yes, you really get a different view from above. Now we're over a lava field.
But Gracie, I thought lava fields were black from the lava, not green like this one.
This is Eldron, one of the largest mossy lava fields in Iceland. Because the lava field is almost 250 years old, moss and plants have grown over it.
Well, it does look like a beautiful velvet field. This was an amazing ride, But we can't leave without looking for fairies, elves, and trolls. Like me, lots of Icelanders still believe in them.
Say no more. Here we are on Snifelessness Peninsula. We can meet Bardor, a rock tower who is also a magical troll.
Jinkies! That gigantic rock statue does just look like a huge troll. I hope he's nice. Now, just one more stop, okay? I want to see the lava tubes at Sonhillier Cave or the Singing Cave. Fairies and elves are supposed to live there.
I'm not sure if we'll see any because they're very, very shy. But do you hear the music?
I do. It's the fairies singing. So beautiful.
I suppose it could be fairies singing, but the music also happens when the wind passes through the cave. But the Singing Cave is an important place in the elf and fairy mythology of Iceland. Many people still believe that these mythological creatures live among the mountain paths.
I know I do. Iceland was such a great place. Now for shark jokes for the fermented shark we didn't eat. Bet you don't know this one. Where do sharks go on vacation?
Iceland?
No, Finland. Or Finland. We had fun when we went to Finland. I bet they would too.
That was a good joke. Here's mine. What do you call a shark in a bad mood?
I know. Grumpy Gills. That one was silly. My favorite place was the Singing Cave and listening to the fairy music. How about you?
My favorite place was the helicopter ride over Iceland and seeing all of their beautiful nature. How about you, friends? What was your favorite place? Don't forget to tell someone you love.
That's right, and come back again next time because we're going to go down under to Australia. Bye now. Say goodbye, Gracie.
Goodbye, my dear friends. See you next time.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining Jasmine and Gracie on their adventure today. Come back next week for the next one.
Hello, everybody. It's Gwen here. If you want to know more about the places we visited, just go to our website, jasmineandgracie.podbean.com, and go to the sources page, and you can find out all about the great places that we visited. See you next week. Bye-bye.